Were you followed? Good. These are the GRAYSON files. Tell no one. Now, man, I was just gonna dive right in, but I put in a lot of work to make these things look good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the things we're supposed to. So just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, that maybe things would die down, something completely weird happens again. Now I would want nothing more than to find something new to complain about that the president did or whatever. But I don't know, it's just I don't really want to do that. I want to keep this authentic to myself and others. I mean, I don't want to. Let's not mess with the truth anymore. So today, the president, I think in the middle of the night, I want to say, flew over to Iraq, which is a war zone, and he visited the troops in Iraq. He did so without telling anyone. I mean, it was a complete secret as far as I'm concerned. And so, I mean, I wanted to find something, a counterpoint to what he did. But I mean, you know, if someone's going to visit the troops, I mean, there's nothing wrong with visiting the troops, especially when they're in a war zone after a war. But we're gonna go over exactly what happened, and I'm gonna give my analysis the best I can. And you know, I did find something wrong. I think I did. I think I did. Found lots of things wrong. And we're gonna talk about those things. Because luckily for me, I'm not the only person out there with half a brain. And you know, other people care too, and it's important to listen to them. So I think tonight we're gonna go over timeline of what Trump did. We're gonna follow up a little bit to the past videos that we've done, and let's try and predict what's going on. Maybe put forth a theory if we can. I mean, this is the age of information. Everything is at our fingertips. So, I mean, why not? All right, now we can dive right in, and I'm gonna do that. Okay, so here's some tweets that I retweeted, and look, the president can give Twitter a bad rep all he wants, but the fact is, Twitter is just, I mean, it's just a website, and it's just, meant to, basically, it's the bare essentials of delivering information and what have you, and organizing the information. That's all it is. But anyway, let's start with this tweet. We only have two of them because we only need two. Um, just as advertisers are fleeing Fox News primetime star Tucker Carlson, MSNBC beats Fox News for first time since 2000. I mean, this basically proves our theory of what we were talking about in the last video. Kind of funny that this popped up like a couple days after. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, we're onto something. I know that people are onto the same thing. I'm just glad it didn't take long for people to realize this. Because if we're the only ones discussing this or thinking about this, I mean, that's concerning. So here's this tweet that I wanted to share with everyone. After Trump visited Iraq, he posted a video to his Twitter account that may have compromised national security and violated procedures designed to safeguard the identities of U.S. Special Operation Forces, especially when deployed to a combat zone. Alright, so, I mean, let's start at the beginning. So, apparently, Trump visited Iraq, gave a speech and everything. And of course, he gave a bunch of false information that, the soldiers, they might be obedient and follow orders, but they're not going to believe no lie about their paycheck. That's for damn sure. That's one thing you can't lie to a soldier about. Now then, go ahead and Google this. Okay, let's go to let's go to CNN. No, CNN always has the crazy videos. Oh boy. Okay, let's go ahead and pause there. Okay. All right. So, can we at least find exactly what happened? No. So, so I'm not really finding the details of this. I mean, let's just go to CNN because I want to focus on the details, to be honest. There's no crazy video here. Okay, so here's my point. Trump, in the middle of the night, flies to Iraq. He doesn't tell anyone. They have the lights on the airplane are off, and he goes and visits the troops. Now, the last thing Trump did in regards to troops was all the orders of Mr. Putin. What did he do? He pulled out of Syria because he was asked to. Now, Trump then visits the troops, right? He visits them for a little while, he talks with them, signs autographs, which is actually my next point. Signs autographs, leaves, goes to Germany. Now, I want to slow things down just a little bit. I want to make my another point in between my two things that I'm talking about. So going back to this tweet, Trump posts this video of Special Forces Navy. I don't really know too much about the military, but he posts a video of special ops troops or whatever, soldiers, and reveals their identities. Now, it could be a mistake, whatever. Here's the thing that no one is really noticing. Trump didn't post the video while he was on Iraq. Right after he shook the hands of the people. No. According to this, he posted the video after he left Iraq. Now then, I don't know if Trump is a white supremacist. I don't know. That's not anything. That's really none of my business. But he says he wasn't, and then he's not. Now, there's a lot of stuff out there, not even on the internet. This was before the internet. About Fred Trump, Donald Trump's dad. Now, this guy, everyone is pretty sure he was in the KKK and he was a white supremacist, most likely. Plus, they have all that history of messing with colored folks in buildings and whatnot. Now, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if Trump is a racist or a white supremacist. What I do know is that he used that platform to run for president, and it worked. I'm sorry, but it worked. He basically appealed to the South, ignited people's Confederate leanings or what have you, and just won it. Just by doing that, he won. I mean, he did it, but you got to give him credit. He did it in a way that people couldn't really people didn't notice. Um, Now, was he a racist? He said he wasn't back then, but things have changed. His basically, I mean, he won the presidency, but he didn't actually want to win. We found out, and I mean, the only reason he hasn't run things to the ground as far as like um running for another term is because his base is rock solid. They're not going anywhere, and as long as he keeps attacking immigrants and what have you, um, yeah. Now, there were a lot of things that indicated Donald Trump is, or maybe secretly was, a white supremacist. And listen, when the people you need to back you up are white nationalists, I mean, eventually you're gonna probably decide, okay, I'm a white nationalist now, and I'm gonna I'm gonna give these people my support, and I'm gonna do things for them. Um, my point is, Trump really he's not on good terms with Germany at all. I mean, he probably shouldn't be in Germany at all. I mean, uh, Merkel hates Trump, and I'm sure that's it. That's our base, and whatever. But Merkel, I'm sure has a right to tell him no or whatever. Now, when Trump, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at Malcolm Nance. Hey, where's old Malcolm Nance? How come I can't find him? Kind of weird. Oh, he's not popping up in the thing. Anyway, so then, this man, RT's this other guy, and who's making kind of a crazy observation that at Ramstein there's a bunch of troops holding MAGA hats and expecting the president. Um, so I mean, let's state what we've just gone through again. Trump, who might be a white supremacist because of his behavior. I mean, after Charlottesville, it was kind of obvious that he had some white nationalist leanings or whatever sentiments, and so he goes to Iraq. He divulges the identities of Navy SEALs. Then he lands in Germany to a crowd of MAGA hat wearing soldiers who are in violation of policies in the military that require troops to not really supposed to talk or not talk about politics, but they're not supposed to be part of like any political things or whatever. I don't really know. I don't know the rule, but this should be the real controversy. Massive violation of UCMJ sections separating uniformed military activity from political campaigns. So they're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to do that. The thing is, these guys are in Germany, and I mean, now I know that Germany is not they've come a long way from the war, and you know they've worked really hard to to set right things that they've done, and they're trying really hard. But there's a group of people that are obsessed with Germany. I mean, they're just obsessed, and I mean the military. God bless them, but they have a lot of people in their ranks that are just straight up Nazis. I mean, let's not sugarcoat the thing. They're straight up Nazis, and here's my point. Trump leaves on this. Trump leaves during a government shutdown to visit Iraq, and he goes and blows the cover of a covert Navy SEAL team, then lands in Germany to a crowd of probably white nationalist soldiers, and then tells no one where he's going after. I mean, we don't really know. We can try and find out. Let's first I'm gonna take a sip of my juice. Now then, um, where could he be going? He could be going to Germany. I don't think he's. Thing is, if he goes to Germany, no one's gonna find out. No one's gonna. We're not gonna find out because it's a shutdown, and I mean, it's just it's not usually how things work or whatever. He could be going to um Russia. I mean, I highly doubt it because we would find out if he went to Russia. Now, Putin probably won't snitch on him like he did before because he probably needs him. If he's going to Russia, he's probably gonna like deliver information or something like that. So he's not gonna tell anyone, Putin. Um, he could be going to. I mean, he went to Iraq. Why wouldn't he go to Turkey or Israel? Now we have to keep in mind that Trump, in order to betray us, he had to I mean, in doing so, he did Turkey a massive favor, and that right there is his it's his little I can't really think of the name, but just like that little piece of the game that you can use as any other piece, that little domino, the blank one. I mean, that's his blank domino right there. He could be going to Turkey to go and talk to the Turkey guy, and in doing so, I mean, he could be meeting with Putin that way by going to Turkey, saying that he's going to Turkey and accepting the invitation, and then who knows, maybe meeting Putin somewhere else. Who knows? But the point is, he has an excuse to go over there. He has an excuse basically to go uh, on Putin's side of this situation. If we can find White House travel booking along for President Trump's. Huh. Right. And it's funny because I just looked this up and did see that no one a post about where he was going next. Well, I mean, from what I remember about that post was that basically no one knows where he's going. Huh. So Trump is on the move again, and VC 25A 92 9000 Air Force One is still disguised under call sign RCH 358 with the bogus hex code. Next stop, Ramstein Air Base, Germany. Bogus air. I mean, that's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. Here's the yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know. I just think he's. I mean, what if like he's gotten the help of like the entire like white nationalist movement in the military? Since I mean, there's a shutdown, and like it's the only way his like he's so paranoid that that's the only way he'll go to Iraq if the racist soldiers help him out. I mean, it's kind of silly that he's doing all these things. It's really kind of it's really kind of weird that we can't find. Oh, okay, so we misspelled Germany, so maybe that's Ah, see, um, here's the post I was talking about. I mean, who really knows who this person is? Oh, apparently, people can just track him over the internet. That's kind of cool. We got wheels down in Germany. What is? We'll have meetings and presumably we will refuel. Back to time and ground. Okay, so he's there for 1.5 hours. I mean, if you're there for 1.5 hours, you're not really there for meetings. You're there to refuel, and that's it. So I mean, that means the German government probably wasn't even involved in the thing. AF-1 on the ground at Ramstein Air Base in Germany. Oh, that's kind of crazy that we can find all this information. So, okay, so this woman is saying Final Destination unknown at the moment. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take her word for it because if we actually knew where he was going, people would be saying it, and no one's really saying it. And I mean, not hard to believe. So we don't actually know where he's going. Um, wow. I mean, to some, this isn't a big deal. Um, but the thing is, just the way things have been playing out uh, with Putin after the Maria Butina thing or whatever. Um, I mean, he's had to readjust whatever plans he's had, Putin, and he probably didn't expect to rat out his own stooge, and he's had to do that, and now, I mean, Trump's running errands for him. I mean, was this something Putin needed? Um, did Putin need information on that mission? Did he need to blow the cover of those soldiers? Is that what Trump was actually doing? And when I say this, I mean the entirety of the thing, shutting down the government, then going to Iraq. Because to be honest, I mean, I don't know. It I'm not gonna say it feels planned, but it feels prepared. Because look, I think yesterday, Trump decided to what did he do? He decided to call some new thing that he's building after that one that Gold Star family he insulted when he was running for president. And I mean, he did that right before he took off to Iraq. And I mean, when you put up those two things together, I mean, they feel connected. Because if he just went to Iraq, oh, he went to Iraq, no biggie. But if he does this to honor a fallen soldier and then goes to Iraq, then public opinion is Trump cares about the troops. If he just goes like this, oh, maybe Trump is trying to get away from the government shutdown. But yeah, it just feels like this trip was done in conjunction to the other thing he did. And maybe Putin didn't tell him to do that, and he did it on his own. Because to be honest, it did kind of just come out of nowhere, and like it was kind of reckless because he didn't really need to do that. He actually didn't really need to do that. And I mean, some people could see it as weakness, but I definitely did, because why would he even? Who cares? Like, who cares about what he did when he was running, and who cares about that event or that thing that happened? Really, who cares? He should have gotten over it and gotten past it. But I mean, why is he still on that? So that's why I think these two things are connected. And I mean, I just really feel like he had other intentions. And so yeah, man, I mean, the only question to ask ourselves is the are the GOP senators in on this? Is Paul Ryan in on this? Because I mean, clearly this opens up the scope of the people you want to look at. Because I mean, Paul Ryan was kind of responsible for the shutdown, also, and that McCarthy guy was there. And that McCarthy guy, for some reason, he was with Trump when he went to for that fire thing, and when the fire happened, he was for some reason he was with Trump, and I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. Mm. And also kind of weird. I mean, let's just not get into it. But I don't like the situation at all. I don't like it. And I mean, let's talk a little bit more about what this curtails. I was going to say that. It's just I think the connection is there. I mean, did he like? And that's the thing. He did it already. He went to Iraq, and he I mean, he told the entire world what we were doing at the moment, who these people are, who these people were, and he tried to hide the fact. And I mean, he did it right after pulling out of Syria after the president who who um uh messed with our elections asked him to. And if it was anyone else, maybe I wouldn't care, but it's just like it's Trump, and like so obviously trying to screw us. And it's kind of embarrassing because he's not even like good at hiding it. This is so like, I mean, can you imagine if like some salesman was like walking down the street and then stealing uh FedEx packages and UPS packages off of people's doorstep? I mean, it's kind of like that, you know? Or like some car salesman stealing your wheels while your car is parked in his parking lot while you're thinking about buying a new car. I mean, this is kind of like that. And, you know, man. I mean, so what could be next? I don't really think we're gonna find out anything before it actually happens, to be honest. Because look, I mean, I'm sure the military and everyone is very displeased with Trump, but to make things worse, I mean, that's just it could be catastrophic. So we're not really. I don't think there's any plans to kind of screw him over because to cause any more damage. I mean, they're gonna try to prevent some of the things to. I'm sure they're gonna try and discourage some behavior, but like, it's just. I mean, the situation in Syria, what he's done, I don't think he either knows fully well what he's doing or he's just completely oblivious because I mean just there's Israel alone. I mean they them I mean they've been attacking Syria this whole time, and they don't really care who they hit when they launch missiles. Um Kind of sad, and neither does the Syrian president. I mean, you have Israel, you have Turkey, you have the Saudis that are in Syria. This like that are leading this coalition of whatever, and it's just man, I don't know. We like I don't think anyone knows what's gonna happen, and I mean the only thing that's for sure is that it's an opportunity to profit.